Hi friends, we are back with more Diary of a Wimpy Kid, book number 1. We left off on New Year's Eve. In case you're wondering what I'm doing in my room at 9 p.m. on New Year's Eve, let me fill you in. Earlier today, me and Manny were horsing around in the basement. I found a tiny black ball of thread on the carpet and I told Manny it was a spider. Then I held it over him pretending like I was going to make him eat it. Yeah! Oh man, that is such a big brother thing to do. Right when I was about to let Manny go, he slapped my hand and made me drop the thread. And guess what? That fool swallowed it. Gulp. Well, Manny completely lost his mind. He ran upstairs to where Mom was, and I knew I was in big trouble. Manny told Mom I made him eat a spider. I told her that there was no spider and that it was just a tiny ball of thread. Mom brought Manny over to the kitchen table. Then she put a seed, a raisin, and a grape on a plate and told Manny to point to the thing that was the closest in size to the piece of thread he swallowed. Manny took a while to look over the things on the plate. Then he walked over to the refrigerator and pulled out an orange. So that's why I got sent to bed at 7 and I'm not downstairs watching the New Year's Eve special on TV. And that's also why my only New Year's resolution is to never play with Manny again. January. I found a way to have some fun with the big wheel Rally got me for Christmas. I came up with this game where one guy rides down the hill and the other guy tries to knock him off with a football. Rally was the first one down the hill and I was the thrower. Ooh, something bad's gonna happen. I feel it. It's a lot harder to hit a moving target than I thought. Plus, I didn't get a lot of practice. It took Rally like 10 minutes to walk the big wheel back up the hill every trip down. Rally kept asking to switch places and have me be the one who rides the big wheel, but I'm no fool. That thing was hitting 35 miles an hour and it didn't have any brakes. Do you want to have a turn now? No thanks, I'm not as good as you. Anyway, I never did knock Rally off the big wheel today, but I guess I have something to work at over the rest of Christmas vacation. Thursday. I was heading up to Rally's today to play our big wheel game again, but Mom said I had to finish my Christmas thank yous before I went out anywhere. I thought I could just crank out my thank you cards in half an hour, but when it came to actually writing them, my mind went blank. Let me tell you, it's not easy writing thank you notes for stuff you didn't want in the first place. I started with the non-closed items because I thought they'd be easiest, but after 2 or 3 cards, I realized I was practically writing the same thing every time. So I wrote up a generator form on the computer with blanks for all the things that needed to be changed. Writing the cards from there was a breeze. Dear Aunt Lydia, thank you so much for the awesome encyclopedia. How did you know I wanted that for Christmas? I love the way the encyclopedia looks on my shelf. All of my friends will be so jealous that I have my very own encyclopedia. Thank you for making this the best Christmas ever. Sincerely, Greg. So he just fills in the words. My system worked out pretty well for the first couple of gifts, but after that, not so much. Dear Aunt Loretta, thank you so much for the awesome pants. How did you know I wanted that for Christmas? I love the way the pants look on my legs. All my friends will be so jealous that I have my very own pants. Thank you for making it the best Christmas ever. Sincerely, Greg. Friday. I finally knocked Rally off the big wheel today, but it didn't happen the way I expected. I was trying to hit him in the shoulder, but I missed and the football went under the front tire. Rally tried to break his fall by sticking out his arms, but he landed pretty hard on his left hand. I figured he'd just shake it off and get right back on the bike, but he didn't. I tried to cheer him up, but all the jokes that usually crack him up weren't working. So I knew he must be hurt pretty bad. Hey, look at me, I'm your dad. Dur, dur, dur. Monday. Christmas vacation is over, and now we're back at school. And you remember Rally's big wheel accident? Well, he broke his hand, and now he has to wear a cast. And today, everyone was crowning around him like he was a hero or something. Does it still hurt? A little, I guess. You poor thing. I tried to cash in on some of Riley's new popularity, but it totally backfired. I'm the one who broke his hand. At lunch, a bunch of the girls invited Riley over to their table so they could feed him. What really ticks me off about that is that Riley is right-handed, and it's his left hand that's broken, so he can feed himself just fine. Here comes the airplane. Yummy, yummy. Tuesday. I guess Riley's injury thing is pretty good. I realized Riley's injury thing is a pretty good racket, so I decided it was time for me to have an injury of my own. I took some gauze from home and I wrapped it up all over my hand to make it look like it was hurt. It's a raging infection caused by a splinter that was left untreated. I couldn't figure out why the girls weren't swarming me like they swarmed Riley, but then I realized what the problem was. See, the cast is a great gimmick because everyone wants to sign their name on it, but it's not exactly easy to sign gauze with a pen. So I came up with a solution that I thought was just as good. Would you like to be the first one to sign my sympathy sheet? That idea was a total bust too. My bandage did end up attracting attention from a couple of people, but believe me, they were not the type of people I was going for. Can I peek at your infection? Go away. Monday. Last week we started the third quarter at school, so now I have a whole bunch of new classes. One of the classes I signed up for is something called independent study. I wanted to sign up for home economics too because I was pretty good at home ec 1. But being good at sewing does not exactly buy you popularity points at school. Hey, look, Greg has a purse. Actually, it's an embroidered book bag. Okay, Percy. They're not very nice. Anyway, this independent study thing is an experiment they're trying out at our school for the first time. The idea is that the class gets assigned a project, and then you have to work on it together with no teacher in the room for a whole quarter. The catch is that when you're done, everyone in your group gets the same grade. I found out that Ricky Fisher is in my class, which could be a big problem. Ricky's big claim to fame is that he'll pick the gum off the bottom of a desk and chew it if you pay him 50 cents. So I don't really have high hopes for our final grade. That is disgusting. All right, we will find out more about independent study next time. See you guys then.